Hey everyone, this is Dicebag, and today I thought I'd start doing videos on the individual cards of Domain. So with this series, I'll talk about how cards work in gameplay, what kind of advantages and drawbacks they have, and then I'll throw in some information on the lore and flavor that the card represents. Today's card would be Deepwood Guardians. Deepwood Guardians is a 4/4 Trell Warrior unit for 3 resources, 1 green and 2 of any color. Now the main feature of this card is that it's a 4/4 unit that only costs 3 resources to play. This is quite beefy for the cost, so it can easily put you ahead of your opponent in an arms race. To balance this out, it has a drawback in the form of the weakness mechanic. The Guardians have a fire weakness, which means that if they take any amount of damage from a card with the fire subtype, they are destroyed immediately, regardless of how much damage was done. This makes them somewhat easier to kill for players who use cheap fire spells in their decks. The red and white domains have the easiest access to fire cards, so be wary of those colors when you're playing a deck with this unit. The Guardians have a standard resource mode that simply produces 1 green resource when expended, so it provides no particular drawback or advantage for your deck's resource pool. Flavor-wise, Deepwood Guardians depicts a common type of Trell military unit. Given that Trell are basically humanoid trees, they tend to be larger and tougher than other races, which is reflected in their stats. Of course, they also happen to be more flammable than other races, which is the reasoning for the fire weakness ability, and why I made sure to include a lot of fire in the artwork. The Guardians' equipment is pretty typical for Trell. They tend to be a bit primitive in technology, so metal is used sparingly. Now they are quite adept at shamanistic magic, which gives them the ability to grow specialized plants on a large scale. This is reflected in their armor, which is made from the wood of a special tree that they grow specifically for its durability. Another thing you might notice about Trell in this set is that they favor axes as their weapon of choice. Considering that something like a sword or a spear would have little effect on a race of tree people, I figured that Trell would probably default to axes as a self-defense weapon, so that's what they're most familiar with.